Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It is so great to be with everyone here today. If this is your very first time joining me, I want to take the opportunity to say welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you've been here one time, five times, 10 times, 100 or more, I'd like to say not only thank you and welcome, but of course, the words welcome back. And Saturday marks a very special time with Inspirations for Your Life because that's when we start our week. We start on Saturday and we end up on Friday. And this is our brand new series for the week on Inspiration for Your Life. And the master topic, guys, for this week, Saturday through Friday, is Protect Your Energy Like It Builds Your Future. Series 5, show number 26. The episode granular topic is Guard Your Circle. Series 5, show 26, episode 1. Not everyone deserves access to you. Maybe they think they do, or they manipulate themselves to, but that's not fair to us. Okay. So welcome everyone to the Inspirations for Your Life show. Feel free to go get yourself a snack, a fruit, another beverage, or what have you. Get back. And don't forget to check out believemeachieve.com after the show for all my great content, short form, long time, real, etc. Who am I? I'm John C. Morley. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm an engineer, I'm a marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, passionate lifelong learner, a graduate student at Montclair State University. Yes, and so grateful now to be a published author. Welcome, everyone. Today, on June 20, 2026, Saturday, we begin with a new direction. Not about doing more, not about pushing harder, but about protecting what already fuels everything we do. What is that? Your energy. That's an interesting thing, right? Your energy. The core message here is this. Your energy is not random, guys. Nope, it's not. It is directional. It flows where access is granted. And once it flows, it does not return the same way ever again. This is why your circle matters more than your schedule. Because the people closest to you shape the pace, the tone, and direction of your entire future. Not just today, not just tomorrow, not just the week, the month, the quarter, or even the year, but your entire future. Some important insights I want to share with you today. Number one, not everyone deserves equal access to your time. Access must be intentional, not automatic, and we have to be careful who we give access to. Number two, energy leaks often come from the wrong conversations. Words can drain more than the effort. Number three, you don't need more people. No, you need better alignment. Quantity reduces clarity, alignment increases it. Most people don't think that. They think that if they have more, they're going to have more. More is less when it comes to the circle of you. Number four, access to you should be earned, not assumed or presumed. Your presence has value, and it's high time you start acting like it. Number five, protecting your mornings protects your entire direction. Early energy sets the tone for everything in your life. And I think a lot of people, when they hear that, oh, I've always got 5 minutes. Yes, you got 5 minutes, but 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it kind of eats up your time. And that's something a lot of people don't understand, right? They don't understand that. And I want to tell you that it's important that you understand that one thing. Okay. Um, and I'll tell you that's something that a lot of people miss. Number six, silence is a natural filtering system. What remains when noise is removed is clarity. Number seven, not every invitation deserves acceptance. Saying no is a form of protection because what no does to others is it allows us to say yes to ourselves. I think that's a very important thing. Sometimes people think they're being selfish or rude by doing it. You're not. You're actually allowing yourself to grow. Number eight, your circle directly influences your next level. Environment shapes elevation. So I think we have to be conscious of it and the people that are around us because they make up the environment. Number nine, outgrowing people is a normal progression, not rejection. Growth changes proximity naturally. We don't have to force it. Sometimes we just grow out of connection with people. Nothing wrong with that. It happens. We basically grow apart, and it happens. Number 10, loyalty without growth becomes limitation. Stagnation disguised as loyalty is, well, very costly. Number 11, guys, choose people who build, not just entertain. See, contribution matters more than presence. There was a guy several weeks ago on LinkedIn that asked me, do I know any, uh, you know, tricks for parties to get people's attention? And I said, yes, but I said, really, you should just be yourself and become genuinely interested in the other person and let them become genuinely interested in you. He comes back with a nasty comment saying, "Oh, John, that's not a trick." I said, "Exactly. Maybe you should try it. You might actually get people that want to get to know you instead of the false you." But a lot of people are from this false facade, either from their background or from other, let's say, bad mentors around them. It could even be fellow peers that teach them that some things are the right things when really they're the wrong things. But life is about learning, right? It's about learning and growing. And when we grow, we find out something very interesting. You know what that is? It's the fact that we can change, right? We can change whatever we want to change. Okay. We can change what we want to change, but we have to be intentional about that change. It's not about drama, right? So drama consumes energy faster than effort. Emotional chaos is expensive. Why do we keep eliciting chaos? We don't do it intentionally. We do it because, well, we're confused because we don't understand what side of the coin is up. Is it heads or is it tails? I don't know. And so drama becomes the output of that because of our frustration. That's the real truth. It happens because of frustration, because it's like that panic button that people press. Do they want to press that button? No, but they press it anyway. And they think that that's the way, but it's not the way. It's just something that a lot of people don't understand. And by not understanding it, I mean people don't get it. They go for the reason that they think is right, but it's not. Okay. Um, and they're doing this because they think they're going to make a big impact. But really, what they make is more chaos, right? When we try to get somebody's attention with a false motive, we may get their attention short term, but then we're going to lose it as we move down. Number 13, guys, peace. See, peace is not passive, although most people think it is. It is strategic calmness, and it's a performance advantage. It doesn't take a lot of energy to be peaceful, to be calm. But some people feel that, well, it's not going to get anything done. It's not action getting. Sometimes peace, guys, will get more action done than any other thing you do. When people see that you can step back, it changes things. I think that's a very important thing. And when we know why people connect for, you think it's about peace and calmness, but when they see peace and calmness, they move away because these people are hardwired to be on aggressive behavior. They think that it's about control, that it's about, I'm the one that's in charge. I don't want to give anybody else charge. That's a wrong kind of attitude, but yet I see dozens, more than dozens of people doing this every day. Okay? It's about that. And when you're calm, things change. Okay? They change. It's calm. It's very peaceful. And it's about us knowing that we have choices in our life, not because they're shoved down our throat, but because we get the choice to choose. When we have choices, things change, right? That's important. I think sometimes people, they look for the aggressiveness, okay? But the aggressiveness is not something that most people think about, right? They think about how life changes and how the world is always evolving. But is it a world that people want to be in, or is it a world that I'm going to say changes? It changes with thoughts, okay? It changes with emotions, all right? But it changes with our choices that we choose to make. Number 14, you don't need permission to evolve. Growth does not require approval from your neighbor or even your friend or significant other. Growth requires you. Growth requires you. That's important. Okay. I think that's an important thing. Maybe it's about a choice that you don't want to make. And the reason you don't want to make is because other people are telling you you shouldn't make the choice. But don't you dare let someone else prevent you from evolving and becoming a better version of yourself, right? Don't allow that, okay? Don't allow that because when you allow that, things change. They change. Again, not because you're expecting them to change, but because of, well, the situation that's at heart. And I think a lot of people, they go one way because of, again, the moment, because of emotions, not because it's the right thing. So emotions are great, but sometimes we have to make a decision not based on emotions, right? We have to make a decision, right? You have to make a decision. And we have to make a decision, again, not for emotions only, because when we do emotions only, um, we act without a real reason. We act from emotions, but they're not based on things that are logical. And then we're going to be unhappy. Number 15, guys, distance creates emotional clarity. Separation reveals the truth. We don't always want separation, but I can tell you separation allows us to think, right? It allows us to think about who we are, what we're doing. And that makes a big difference, guys. Because if we can just ponder for a moment, okay? If we can ponder for a moment and we can see what's happening and why things are happening, life can change. I'll tell you that most people gravitate towards something they don't want because of what the Joneses are doing, because of what the whatever you name it, right? The Wagners are doing, common names. And they do it not wanting to do it. It's kind of a peer pressure. So peer pressure doesn't just exist as adolescents, kids, and teens. It happens in adults too. So as we get older, we need to pay attention to these things so they don't rob us of the pure love and victory our life can really have. Number 16, overexposure weakens your momentum. Not everything should be shared widely. And there are things that are private to you, right? There are things that are for your own moments. They're not to be billboarded. They're to be just expressed with those close in your inner circle. So, guarding your inner circle is very, very important because if we just allow that circle to be open for everyone, um, those people could potentially harm us. We're usually very vulnerable to our inner circle. We don't want to do that to other people because we don't really trust those people. Number 17, private growth builds stronger foundations, and then the public validation visibility is not progress. It's hurt. It's discomfort. And this isn't the discomfort that I say you need to have to get successful. This is the discomfort that you get that marks you for life. The kind that can stop your dreams full force immediately. Number 18, people reveal their patterns and small behaviors. Consistency exposes character. It does. It's not a one time thing. Number 19, those who gossip about others will eventually gossip about you. You might say, oh, gee, he's never going to gossip about me. We're friends. Don't bet on it. Patterns do not discriminate. You see, when that person runs out of stories to tell, well, you're a story and you're next in queue. So I guess your story's going to be told. The sad thing is, it's going to probably break up the friendship and create some heartfelt feelings. But that's what gossipers do. Number 20, guys. Energy is a form of currency. Where it goes determines return, right? Whatever we put our thoughts on, that's where the energy is going to go. That's where it's going to go. Okay. That's an important piece. That's important to understand. Very, very important to understand. And I'll tell you, that's a problem. Number 21, you teach people how to treat you through access boundaries. Define the behavior. Now, the thing is, you might think that creating these boundaries is rude, is egotistical. It's not. It's a way of protecting your own interests. Yeah. It's a way to protect your interest. You can do that. That's important. Right? And I'll tell you that a lot of people that run into this challenge blame themselves. They don't understand that they got manipulated into this position. Now, I'm going to say something else I've said many times before. No one, 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 no one. Oh, by the way, no one, no one has the right to make you feel inferior about yourself or have you do anything you do not want to do without your permission. Number 22, everyone belongs in your inner circle. Proximity must be selective. That's the game. Everyone does not belong in your inner circle. But being kind doesn't mean everyone gets to be in your inner circle. That doesn't mean everyone gets access to you. Doesn't mean everybody gets your cell phone number. Number 23, mental bandwidth is more valuable than time. Attention is your real limit. Are you aware of these bottlenecks, or do you wait until they hit you and say, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming? But if we could be proactive, then we could avoid this, right? We could be proactive. And that proactiveness is a way that we can safeguard ourselves. It's protection, right? People out there will be at different journeys of their life, just like you are. And don't think that because somebody's there, you have to jump in. Because if you don't, well, I'm younger than you and you should be able to do that, they'll say. That's not an excuse. That's a childhood manipulation trick. Number 24, being available to everyone creates instability. Selective availability creates control. It's not an ego thing. Number 25, emotional exhaustion often comes from misplaced trust. See, trust must be filtered. Okay. It's not like a hose you turn on and you just let it go everywhere. No. Number 26, your environment either strengthens or weakens discipline. Surroundings influence consistency. We have to remember that. If we remember that, then we'll know something. Then we will also feel more calm. We'll feel more in control. When we're in chaos, we're like trying to figure out how to get off this moving merry-go-round, right? I think that's important to know. Number 27, protecting energy protects future opportunities. Drainage today limits tomorrow. So I'm saying you need to be proactive, guys. Not just today, but every day. In fact, you start being proactive now for the future. We talked about it with fire drills, right? You don't want to plan for a fire when there is a fire. You want to be ready for the fire before the fire, and hopefully the fire never comes. Yeah. Number 28, people who drain you rarely notice the cost. They don't. Impact is often invisible to them. They feel you're just being kind. But are you in the beginning stages of burning out? I don't know. How often do you do it? Number 29, boundaries, ladies and gentlemen, are not rejection. Nope. They are structure. And structure creates a stability. Okay. Your future depends on what you stop allowing. Protection determines progression. Number 30. And I'm not going to tell you that any of these things are easy because they're not. They're about you making a choice based on a few things. Do you make it only on feelings and emotions? No. You have to look at the situation logically, not just emotionally. I think that's an important piece that many people, I just don't think they get it. And when someone makes this decision, let's say logically, it might hurt emotionally, but it's going to protect you emotionally. Okay. That's a hard thing for a lot of people to grasp. They think that if I feel good, then it must be the right decision. Not necessarily. Sorry to tell you that, but that is the way it goes, right? And I think if we realize that our decisions have to come from that, it might be easier for us. It might be easier. Again, remember what I said about access. Limit your access. Give somebody a little access to you. See how they respond. See how they treat you. See what kind of access they give you to them. Make it a little test. If it's not good, cut back the access. If it's good, maybe you'll give a little more. That's totally up to you. You don't have to keep the access at the same level all the time, right? So, guys, in closing, here is the truth as I wrap this episode up here today. We went through a lot of important points. We talked about emotions. We talked about logical thinking. We talked about some boundaries. We talked about how people can use boundaries as a manipulation tactic to get you to do what they want. Those aren't friends. Those are manipulators. And we don't always figure it out right away until we're either burnt out or hurt, which is sad. Your energy is not just something you spend. No, your energy takes time, doesn't it? It's something that you continue to build with your life. You build it with your life every day. When you're with great people that recharge you, you feel like you have tons of energy. When you're around people that drain your energy, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hang around with those people anymore. Even just the thought of being with them just like drains me. That's a good sign that they're probably draining your energy. And some people will be like that, whether you like it or not. The important thing is to recognize it. And when you can recognize it, that's when you're starting to protect yourself. That's when you start to protect yourself. If you protect yourself now, then you won't be hurt later. But many people do things impulsively. And they do it impulsively because they're making the decision on what? They're making it on emotion. They're not looking at the logic, right? They're making it strictly on emotion. That's important to understand. Very important to understand that whole concept. And every person in your circle either strengthens that foundation or slowly withers it away. You do not need to be everywhere. You do not need to be available to everyone. You need to be protected enough to grow. Hey guys, I'm John C. Morley. This has been Inspirations for Your Life, and this is where protection becomes power. Start protecting your circle because if you don't, no one else will. I look forward to seeing you on another episode, but be sure to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Be well, everyone.